Hey, Perfect Spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No time to delay. Let's do this. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of that head trash, all this nonsense that's creating stress, worry, anxiety, all that upset. It just needs to go. It's not who you really are. You are the perfect spirit. So, like and subscribe to this channel for my daily insights. But for today, there's nothing really specific that's coming to me to talk about today. It's almost like there's no agenda. And that's what would happen if life, if we approach with life with no agenda, not attached to outcomes, not attached to the goals, the fruits of our labor, if you will. But when we just focused on making this moment the best it could be by not settling for the status quo, saying, oh, I see this situation, this moment. I don't like this, but that's okay. I'm not going to do anything about it. That's the mind. That's the head trash. The mind doesn't like to change. It will protest change. The mind is comfortable with being uncomfortable. So if this situation is not desirable, just realize your mind will be okay with it, because the mind hates change. But you have to realize that, no, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to accept this. Well, I do have to accept this moment, because if I don't accept this moment, it creates a lot of stress, a lot of tension, a lot of but you really have to see, not resist them. It's like, okay, I see this moment is unacceptable. I don't like this. This is not really my ideal outcome. But this is what it is right now. How can I move this in a different direction? And it's really moving life in different directions constantly. That life is very fluid. It's not dynamic. It's not fixed. It's fluid. So maybe the talk today is there is no agenda. It's just accepting this moment and moving life according to what we prefer. What's the ideal situation? But just it's important though that we do accept this moment and not resist this moment. Accept it, then move it. It sounds simple, but it is difficult. It can be a challenge for people because we're so addicted to the status quo, the way things are. It's difficult to move the needle in a different direction. But we have to realize that there is no one path. There's not one path to do this, not one path to do that. It's only your path. And then this is your path, but to approach it through love, kindness, gentleness, of not beating yourself up if it doesn't go according to the plan, the nonsense. So just realize you're doing the best you can here in this moment, and skills come with time, with practice. All these athletes, celebrities, none of them just were born and just like, boom, there they are. They're this, they're that. They're not like an all-star baseball player just because they were born. No, they had to practice and get their skills to that point. Anyone that has $1 billion in the bank and started with nothing, like a Richard Branson, they just weren't born and had $1 billion there. Like, okay, what can I do now? What can I do now? And if you look at Richard Branson, he's a really good, model. He's always laughing. He's having fun. He's not taking things too seriously. His thing when I saw him give a talk here in New York City before this COVID was, F it, we're going to do it. F it, we're going to do this. He just is like always going to do something because there's ultimately no failure. It's simply feedback to try things differently. And are you willing to do things differently? Are you willing to blaze this new path according to your will, your desires, and not settling for the status quo? The status quo is keeping you stuck, sick, dealing with the constant nonsense. This is your status quo. Keep the things the same, keep the things the same. No, you don't have to keep the things the same. You're here to do great things. So go do those things. And those thousands little things will build up to create this great thing. The mind gets this habit that great things come like that, like in an instant. No, it's a series of small steps. Like a journey of 1,000 miles begins with this single step. So take that step outside your comfort zone. Step into the unknown, not knowing how it's going to turn out, but realize it's going to be okay because you're here to grow, to expand, to thrive. You're here for the human experience. So have that human experience. Don't sit on the couch all day and wondering why life isn't changing. Don't sit in meditation all day and wondering why life isn't changing. I can sit there and do manifestation meditations all day long, but nothing is going to manifest because it requires you to take action, that we're actually co-creators. We send out the intent to the universe, and the universe comes back and say, do this, do that. Oh, go do this, go do that. Because it's leading you to the $1 million in the bank, the $10 million in the bank, whatever it is that you're seeking, the vacation, the new job, the new career, the new relationships. You're setting that intention, but then you're not taking that inspired action to make that happen. You might be getting all this wisdom to go buy a lottery ticket, because maybe you had this intention, I need an extra $1,000 to pay the bills right now. And you know, money in the bank is really tight, but you can't explain it. You just have this deep knowing within you that you need to buy a lottery ticket. You just keep hearing this inner voice saying, buy a lottery ticket, buy a lottery ticket, buy a lottery ticket. But your mind's like, no, 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 that dollar will buy me this, that dollar will buy me that. And you cling on to that dollar. What happens when you cling on to money? You keep that energy stuck. Energy is a renewable resource. It's just flowing. So it's just realizing, okay, I'm feeling this call. I need to go spend that dollar and buy this lottery ticket. And that lottery ticket may win you $1,000 or may win you nothing. The whole point the universe was maybe is trying to get to you is spend that dollar. Get that money flowing again. But it's also a good indication too, if it's really a strong, deep, deep knowing that you need to buy that ticket and not the mind and this wishful thinking. There are cases where that does happen. You know, like Eckhart Tolle talks about this one time. He bought a lottery ticket and he was able to make his bills. But we don't really know what's going to happen. But I think for most people, it's not winning the money in the lottery. It's to get that money flowing again. Because money is meant to flow. It's energy. We're not meant to hang on to, hoard. It just keeps it stuck. And we want things to flow in and out. Saying, oh, here's my dollar. I don't have much of these, but I really need this drink. I need this. So thank you for this dollar. I know more is coming. And you go spend that dollar. Then you sit there and you're like, all right, how can I get more dollars? How can I get more dollars? And you just trust those insights that come to you. And money will start coming to you. But it's all really is getting that flow of energy going. But there's really ultimately no agenda for this talk. It's really all over the place today. But we really want to concentrate on the task at hand, not the fruits of our labor, as I mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. It's really keep things flowing, keep things flowing. It's just energy. And when you set an outcome, a plan, you're putting a stop into the universal flow. Like when this happens, I'm going to stop moving in that direction. Now you want to keep things going. You don't want to have this plan. You want to keep doing the steps that are making that money, to keep that money expanding. Suddenly you put a plan there, you put the wall up. Oh, we can't expand anymore. You put that wall up. I only wanted to make $10,000. I reached my limit. Let me go sit on the couch. Let me go dive into meditation for 10 hours. Whatever it is, then you'll stop that flow of money. You just can't sit idly by and expect things to be given to you. We're co-creating with the universe. And every single moment, you set your intentions. You don't worry about the how. Set those intentions, feel it, live it, and trust. That's the hardest part for most people, is just trusting that it's coming. It is, because you are one with all that is. The only separation's up here, this nonsense. this garbage that does not serve you. We need to clear that out, really dive into who we really are, that perfect spirit that is one with all that is. All right, have a great day, take good care of yourself, and keep being you, the real you.